Have you ever walked along the coastline and seen a little creature scurry sideways, vanishing into the sand as if it were never there? That's the crab, a coastal magician, a silent dancer of the tides, nature's armored poet. Crabs have graced this earth for millions of years, and yet, each time we meet one, it feels like an encounter with something ancient, mysterious, and curiously enchanting. Their sideways scuttle, their armored elegance, and their brilliant colors make them one of the most fascinating creatures beneath the sun and surf. Crabs are not just beachside wanderers. They are born of the ocean's breath, raised in salty cradles, and seasoned by the whispers of tides. With over 6,000 known species, crabs live in nearly every ocean and coastline, but also in freshwater rivers and even on land. Some are barely the size of a fingernail, while others, like the mighty Japanese spider crab, stretch their legs wider than a grown man is tall. Despite this diversity, every crab carries a story written in armor, shaped by waves, and etched with survival. Beneath that tough, unyielding shell lies a soft, tender being, a paradox that makes the crab irresistibly poetic. Its exoskeleton is both shield and prison, protecting the crab while also limiting its growth. But nature has gifted it with molting, a breathtaking process where the crab literally slips out of its old body and emerges anew, soft and vulnerable, ready to harden again. It's like nature's way of saying, growth always comes with risk. Isn't that something we all relate to? Unlike most creatures, crabs don't march forward. They dance sideways, as if too shy to face the world head-on. This peculiar movement isn't just quirky charm, it's due to their limb structure, which favors lateral movement. Yet, despite the odd gait, they can be remarkably fast, slipping away before your eye can catch their shimmer. Watching a crab scuttle is like witnessing nature's shorthand, an elegant, efficient, almost secret language. Crabs have eyes that rise on stalks like little periscopes, giving them a wide field of view to watch for predators and prey. But here's the hidden gem. Their heart is not where you'd expect. The crab's heart beats in the center of its body, nestled close to its shell, a rhythmic drum of survival pulsing behind natural armor. It's a quiet reminder that sometimes, even those who seem hardened on the outside carry their deepest rhythms close to the surface. Crabs are master scavengers, the beach's quiet cleaners, dining on algae, detritus, and even other animals. Their claws, more than tools of defense, are delicate instruments of dining. Some species have one claw larger than the other, and each claw serves a different purpose, crushing, slicing, or even waving in the name of love. The next time you see a crab with an oversized claw, know this. It might be trying to impress a mate, not intimidate you. When it comes to mating, crabs are not just creatures of battle, they are creatures of courtship. Some species perform delicate dances, waving their claws in rhythm to attract a partner. Others guard their mates, cradling them beneath their shell for days, even weeks. It's a surprising tenderness in a creature we often see as hard-shelled and aloof. But love, in the crab's world, is a patient, silent thing, protected and guarded, like a pearl in a fortress. Crabs are not merely wanderers of the sea, they are architects of their environment. Beneath the shimmering surface of coastal waters and along muddy shores, crabs are constantly reshaping the world around them. Fiddler crabs dig intricate burrows, aerating the sand and keeping it rich with oxygen. These tiny creatures unknowingly support whole ecosystems, giving refuge to smaller animals and nurturing the health of marshlands. Each scoop of sand they toss aside is a stroke in the ever-changing painting of the shoreline, a silent labor of love written into the earth. The crab family is vast, and every member wears a different mask. The hermit crab, for instance, doesn't even grow its own shell. It borrows. Forever in search of a new home, the hermit crab teaches us the art of adaptation and the comfort of mobility. Then there's the horseshoe crab, not truly a crab, but often lumped in due to its armor-like shell. It has blue blood, rich in copper, which has become vital in modern medicine. Isn't it fascinating? A creature that looks like it belongs in prehistoric times has become a silent savior in hospitals across the globe. And who could forget the coconut crab? This behemoth of the land can climb trees and crack coconuts with its mighty claws. With the strength of a small army, it roams island forests, mysterious and unchallenged. These are not just animals, they are living legends, characters in nature's epic tale, shaped by millions of years and sculpted by the forces of earth and sea. Among crabs, survival is a delicate dance between hiding and hunting. Many have developed astonishing methods of camouflage. Decorator crabs, for example, gather seaweed, sponge, and even small anemones to glue onto their backs, turning themselves into walking reefs. To the untrained eye, they vanish into their environment like whispers into the wind. This self-decoration isn't just protection, it's artistry. The crab becomes both creator and creation, blending itself into the masterpiece of the ocean floor. Others, like the ghost crab, are cloaked in the exact hues of the sand. During daylight, they rest in burrows, peeking out with beady eyes. When the sun sets and the beach falls quiet, they emerge like shadows, skimming the surf with eerie grace. If you've ever walked a moonlit beach and felt like something was watching, you weren't wrong. The ghosts of the shore were likely nearby, observing you from the veil of sand. For crabs, claws are not just tools, they are a language. In the world of fiddler crabs, the male's oversized claw is a multi-purpose marvel. It waves to attract a mate, threatens rivals, and even acts as a shield. But here's the catch. Bigger isn't always better. Scientists have discovered that sometimes a crab's massive claw is hollow, more for show than for function. A bluffer, a pretender, a silent performer. It's like a romantic serenade that may never be backed by strength, but it sure looks convincing under the golden light of the sun. Claw combat is another spectacle entirely. In crab society, battles are often short, fierce, and ritualistic. A quick grapple, a tumble, and a victor is decided. But even these fights, intense as they are, rarely end in death. For crabs, survival isn't always about destruction. It's about performance, posture, and pride. In coral reefs, crabs play a vital role. Tiny coral crabs defend their coral homes from predators like starfish. These guardians, despite their small size, fight with fierce dedication, chasing away threats many times their size. In return, the coral provides shelter and food. It's a relationship built on quiet cooperation, a symphony of balance under the waves. Reef crabs, with their vibrant colors and intricate markings, are nature's jewelry, bright bursts of life that dart among the coral. Their presence adds rhythm to the reef, their movements weaving through anemones and coral branches like music notes in a silent oceanic sonata. Across cultures and continents, crabs have danced into our stories, our myths, and even our stars. In Greek mythology, the crab Karkinos was crushed underfoot by Hercules during his battle with the Hydra. For its loyalty, the gods placed it among the stars as the constellation Cancer. In many coastal communities, crabs symbolize rebirth and protection, often featured in tattoos and spiritual art. In Japan, there's a legend of the Haikagani crab, said to bear the faces of fallen samurai. Their shells seem to display angry, human-like visages, a mysterious coincidence that has fed stories for centuries. Whether truth or legend, these tales remind us how deeply crabs are embedded in our imagination. They are not just animals, they are symbols, bridges between the physical and the mythical. It's easy to overlook the intelligence of a crab, hidden behind its alien body and silent demeanor. But don't be fooled by those beady eyes and twitching legs. Crabs are remarkably aware of their surroundings. In laboratory experiments, some species have shown the ability to remember locations, solve simple problems, and even navigate mazes. Their tiny brains, though simple in structure, are refined for their environment, sensitive to vibrations, shadows, and even the approach of footsteps. More astonishing still is the hermit crab's memory. When it moves into a new shell, it inspects every crevice, memorizing its shape and size. It knows when it's outgrown it, and often lines up with other crabs to exchange shells in a well-timed, intricate ritual that resembles a choreographed performance. Each crab knows its place in the pecking order. There is no chaos, only purpose. In a world of instinct, this kind of behavior whispers of something more, a quiet intelligence born from survival and honed over millions of years. How do crabs speak when they have no voice? With a tap, a wave, a claw, or a rumble? Some species, like the ghost crab, can make deep drumming sounds from within their burrows by rubbing parts of their body together. It's like a call to the underworld, echoing through the sand like ancient thunder. Others communicate visually. They wave, raise their claws, or vibrate their shells in elaborate displays meant for rivals or lovers. In the deep sea, where sunlight doesn't reach, some crabs have evolved to use bioluminescence, a gentle glow created by chemical reactions inside their bodies. In this ink-black world, glowing claws or softly pulsing limbs act like lanterns in the night, sending messages of readiness, danger, or desire. It's not just beautiful, it's functional poetry written in light and movement. Every crab is a survivor, living on the edge of danger. They are prey for birds, fish, octopuses, and even humans. But nature, in its brilliance, has equipped them with escape artistry. When threatened, some crabs can shed a claw or leg in an instant, a small sacrifice to avoid capture. This process, called autotomy, is followed by slow regeneration. Over weeks or months, the lost limb grows back, like a whispered promise of healing. Others take a different approach. The decorator crab cloaks itself in sponge and coral. The sponge crab carries a living sponge on its back, slicing it perfectly to fit its shape. Some burrow deeply, sealing their tunnels from predators with shells or mud. Each strategy is a masterstroke in the art of survival, creative, adaptive, and endlessly inventive. Crabs have been on Earth for over 200 million years. They watched the dinosaurs rise and fall, witnessed continents shift, and survived ice ages and extinction events. Over time, they've evolved into countless forms, some so strange they seem more like aliens than Earth creatures. The yeti crab, found near hydrothermal vents deep in the Pacific, is covered in what looks like silky white fur. These hairs are actually used to farm bacteria which the crab feeds on. It lives in complete darkness, warmed by the heat of underwater volcanoes, thriving in a place no light can touch. Then there's the vampire crab, glowing with eerie purples and fiery oranges, often found in freshwater caves. Their eyes, a piercing yellow, seem to glow in the shadows. It's easy to forget these are not fictional beings from a fantasy novel, but real, breathing animals sharing our planet. The crab's evolutionary journey is a lesson in resilience. It adapts, survives, and reimagines itself again and again. From sushi bars in Tokyo to seafood feasts in New Orleans, the crab has found its way onto plates around the world. Its meat is tender, sweet, and revered in countless cuisines. Soft shell crabs are eaten whole, while others are picked delicately for their claw or leg meat. Yet behind this culinary popularity lies a story of harvesting, of balance, and of sustainability. In many places, crab fishing is a way of life, a tradition passed down from generation to generation. The blue crab of the Chesapeake Bay, the king crab of Alaska, and the mud crabs of Southeast Asia all feed families and communities. But overfishing, habitat destruction, and pollution threaten their numbers. Crabs, once abundant, are now monitored and protected in many regions. Conservation efforts are growing stronger, ensuring that this precious creature doesn't vanish from the tide. Beyond the plate, crabs have scuttled into our language, our art, and our metaphors. In astrology, Cancer, the crab, is a sign associated with emotion, protection, and sensitivity. Those born under this sign are thought to carry an outer shell with a soft heart inside, just like the creature it represents. In traditional folklore, crabs often symbolize transformation, rebirth, or hidden strength. In some African tales, crabs are tricksters, clever, elusive, and mischievous. In Filipino and Thai stories, they are often used to teach moral lessons. Whether praised for their loyalty or warned against for their cunning, crabs remain symbols of mystery and complexity. Stand at the edge of the sea and you'll feel it, the rhythm of the earth breathing through waves. And among the shells, the seaweed, and the scattered foam, there is always a crab, tucked in shadow or skimming the tide, moving to that rhythm with ancient grace. Crabs are the tide's silent pulse. They do not roar like lions or soar like eagles. They do not demand your attention, they invite it quietly, slipping in and out of view like a memory just out of reach. There is something timeless about the crab. It has witnessed epochs pass, has lived through every shifting season of Earth, and yet it remains the same at its core, armored, elegant, mysterious. In its walk, we see the poetry of sidestepping life's chaos. In its shell, we see the beauty of vulnerability protected. In its molting, we see the courage to leave behind what no longer serves us. The crab is not just an animal, it is a message in a bottle, cast ashore by nature itself. Each crab carries a story written in armor, scars from old battles, chips from curious predators, or perfectly polished edges from endless tumbles in the surf. Their shells are living diaries. A single glance at an old crab's carapace and you can see the years etched like wrinkles, a testament to resilience and survival. When you find an empty crab shell on the sand, don't just toss it aside. That hollow form once carried life. It scuttled, fed, hid, fought, and perhaps even loved. Now, the sea has returned it, like a love letter sent back to the world, its pages turned by wind and wave. Each abandoned shell is a quiet echo of life once lived, waiting for someone to notice. In ecosystems around the globe, from coral reefs to mangrove forests, crabs are silent workers. They clean, aerate, guard, and nourish. Without them, food webs falter. Their role is not flashy, but it is essential. Crabs keep balance in the places where land meets water, where stillness meets current. They are the caretakers of nature's edge, where life feels both fragile and fierce. As we encroach further into coastal habitats, their world grows smaller. Rising sea levels, plastic pollution, oil spills and noise have begun to disturb their ancient dance. And yet, the crab continues to scuttle, rebuild, and adapt. It is a quiet resilience, a strength that doesn't shout but persists. What is it about the crab that draws us in? Maybe it's the contradiction, the hard shell, the soft body, the fierce claw, the delicate dance. Or maybe it's the way it teaches us to live, sideways, cautiously, thoughtfully, yet purposefully. The crab does not follow a straight line, but it always knows where it's going. It molds itself to the curve of the earth, listening to the tides, letting the moon pull it into motion. In the crab, we see a mirror, a creature that hides but still moves forward, that fears but still emerges, that loses parts of itself but finds a way to grow them back. It is the quiet philosopher of the beach, whispering to us every time we pause by the sea. It's okay to be slow. It's okay to protect yourself, but never stop moving. So the next time you walk along the water's edge, take a moment. Watch for that flicker of movement, that shimmering dance in the sand. A crab might be watching you, curious. And perhaps, in that brief encounter, something timeless will pass between you and it. A moment of understanding, a breath of the ocean's wisdom. Crabs are not just creatures, they are storytellers of the shore. In their silence is a song, in their armor is art, and in their journey is a lesson for us all.